Hi, my name's Bob. Watch closely because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to attract the kind of nurturing, ever-loving relationship you deserve. Even if you're single, completely man-repellent, and don't have any dating prospects on the horizon right now. So if you want to change everything immediately, starting today, keep watching. And there's a special opportunity for you at the end of this short presentation, so pay very close attention. But first, we need to talk about the reasons so many women experience what you're going through right now. So let me tell you about Sally, one of my recent relationship counseling clients. Sally came to me when she was 34. She was attractive, but after a string of unsuccessful and unhappy relationships, she was starting to doubt herself. She'd had plenty of male interest through college and into her mid-20s, but as she moved into her 30s, it had gradually fizzled out. Now she was terrified that she'd be left alone for good if she didn't meet the right guy soon. After all, we're led to believe that at some point we'll just automatically meet the right partner and settle down, and that it happens with no effort. Well, Sally was finding out that it's simply not the case for most people. She was successful in every other part of her life. She had a great job, made good money, had her own house, nice car, expensive clothes, but the one thing missing was the right man. And no matter what she did or how much she tried, she couldn't find a good guy or even hold on to an average one. Sally told me that it was like she had a hole in her life, like a black void, that something important was missing, but nothing she did would make a difference or change anything. She started to realize that what had worked for her when she was younger, being the skinniest or the prettiest or whatever, simply didn't have power anymore. At the age of 34, there was always somebody younger. One by one, Sally watched her younger single friends marry great guys, even though none of them were as pretty or successful as she was. Suddenly, she didn't feel like that special young lady she'd always been. She started to doubt every part of her life. That was when she came to me. By that point, she was half crazy with frustration and stopped dating altogether. But deep down, she was still so very desperate to find the right man and settle down. So we sat down, and over a period of weeks, talked it over. I explained to Sally that the way she was projecting herself, her attitude, her success, her professionalism, her clothes, her new car, all that stuff was causing men to stay away. Why? Because she seemed complete. She seemed so put together that she had no use for a man. And for most men, even if they don't know how to put it into these words themselves, that's a huge turnoff. Men like to feel needed and wanted. They like to be the problem solver so they can take care of you and make everything better. That kind of behavior is simply hardwired into the male brain. And when you show them you're super independent and self-sufficient, you're showing them that you have no place for them. So they react by not being interested. And so that creates problems for almost every woman because modern women are bombarded with terrible relationship advice all day long. Whether it's from the TV, glossy magazines, the internet, or even your friends, there's always somebody telling you how to behave and how to catch a man. The problem is most of that stuff is wrong. You've been told to be more independent, to show men that you don't need them and things like that. But all that does is push you farther away from where you want to be. Now, I know for a fact that, like Sally, the way you carry yourself, the person you're projecting, that could be the very thing that's making the right man think you really don't want to be adored and cherished. I know because I've seen it time and time again. And I also know I can help you because I've helped thousands of other women in your exact position. Here's what a few of them have said after I worked with them. Hi, Bob. It doesn't matter if this goes as one of the most unnoticed feedback emails because what was most important to me, you've given me the love of my life. Thanks, Bob. Paraka. And here's another one. Dear Bob, thank you for your wise counsel. I took your advice and it worked. Mike and I plan to marry at a small private mass at our church. Carrie Marie. And I also heard, Dear Bob, I don't know if you will get this email, but I wanted to express my gratitude. I was 20 years old and I had never been with anyone. I wanted to learn, however. What you revealed at the time sounded a bit simple, but I did wonder if you were right. Today I'm with someone that loves me and cherishes me. We've had our ups and downs, but I've applied your techniques and let me just say they work. We actually had a conflict not so long ago over behavior that I felt was inappropriate. The few things I said were more effective than if I would have yelled and screamed and nagged. He asked me, what can I do so that the next time I don't hurt you the way I hurt you tonight? He really wanted to make me feel better. He wanted to please me. It was exactly how you described it would be. I have followed your advice to the letter. Women who question your techniques without trying them are insane. Sincerely, Natalie Morin. Now, just like Sally and the other women you've just seen, the things you're going through happen to almost all women. Men and women are very different, and almost like a different species, and it's only the very luckiest women who chance themselves into the right relationship with the right guy at the right time. Those women are almost like lottery winners, because good relationships really don't come so easily for the rest of the world. In fact, for most of us, the easy period of meeting new people and having fun disappears around our mid-20s. And if we haven't settled down with someone we think that is the one by then, it gets a little harder day by day. Sally's story is actually quite common, and as women get older, it gets to be a more and more familiar tale. Of course, the good news is that after working with me for a while, Sally went on to find the man of her dreams, and now she's happily married. That's great for her, but what about you? I want you to picture something for me. Imagine yourself strolling through a park on a beautiful, warm, sunny day. You're totally at ease with yourself and your life. You can feel the sun warm on your skin and smell the freshly cut grass. It's a good day and you're happy. As you're walking, you see a tall, dark, handsome man walking towards you. He has gentle, kind eyes, and when he sees you looking, he gives you a warm smile. When you smile back, his eyes light up, and he gently picks a flower from a nearby flower bed and walks over and hands it to you. I'm sorry, I don't usually do things like this, but there's just something about you, your smile. I wanted to give you this flower, he tells you, looking sweet and embarrassed. He asks you if you'd like to grab a cup of coffee at a nearby coffee house, and you accept, excited at meeting such a great new man. Your coffee date goes amazingly well. He is constantly telling you he thinks you're beautiful as he hangs on every word you say. By the end of it, he's practically begging to see you again. He asks for your phone number and promises to call you the very next day. And do you know what happens?